then all of the money goes to Tina. Maybe you should marry her and split the money with her.
You're really enjoying all of this, aren't you?
You just love to watch people squirm. You have a problem. That problem is that you always tend to jump the gun. I'm not throwing in the towel. Not just yet.
David, my problem is that what happens to me depends on what happens to you. So you better watch it. Because I am not going to let you ruin my future.
Our future, for now anyway, is right here in Landview, Dorian. Get used to it.
Not likely. Have a nice lunch. Sweet outfit.
Tina, hi. I'm glad you could make it.
Hi, thanks.
Listen, we've got a problem. We have a very big problem.
Anything I can do to help?
I swear we'd never do this again.
I know it happens. It just
How
happens.
can you say that? This can't just happen. We can't do this. I wish there was some way anyway.
Andrew? Sweetheart, I'm sorry if I was interrupting. Who is here, Andrew?
Rebecca, darling, are you in here? Bo needs... Oh.
Looks like somebody packed up and got out of here in a hurry.
Oh, my God, Rebecca. Bo, I know what you're thinking. She may have run off, but she's just confused. She's scared.
Renee, look, it's hard to imagine Rebecca involved in any kind of an act of violence, let alone a knife attack. But the fact is, she is the one with the knife, and she is on the run.
I know it looks bad, but you just said yourself, it's not Rebecca. It's not in her nature.
Then why is she acting so guilty?
That's got to be her blood. You think maybe she's hurt?
You never know. This is Buchanan. I want an APB put out on Rebecca Lewis. She's wanted in connection with an attempted murder.
She couldn't have stabbed Todd. She couldn't have.
So, let me try on this hat. It's a costume party. Now, do I look like a serious cop? What do you say? Stick 'em up, buddy.
You can write me a ticket any day.
You're just saying, let me try your coat on. Come here. Come here. Let me see. Yes, cuff me. Roberts.
Wait, I need to,
Just let me get to Rebecca in time to help.
Tina, why didn't you tell me you were having lunch with your brother? You told me you were having lunch with a friend.
Because of this. This is exactly why.
This? What is this?
This thing you have about David. You are so hostile. You know, I thought just maybe since we've been divorced for so long that you would stop passing judgment on me and my friends, my family. I can't even have lunch with my brother.
Look, Tina, just take it easy.
Tina, no offense, but I don't care who you have lunch with. I just need to work out some scheduling things with the kids, that's all.
Excuse me. I can't have lunch with you today. We really have to go over a lot of things. CJ's not doing well with math, Which I'm sure Cordy's gonna blame me, and it's my fault because I never did get the point of algebra. And he needs a tutor. CJ, not Cord.
Look, Tina, no,
So
Tina, it's okay. It's okay. I'll wait.
Oh, you don't have to.
No, Tina, I want to. There's something that I need to discuss with you, and it can't wait.
What? Somebody found out we aren't really brother
Look,
sisters.
Tina, just relax. Go talk to Cord, and I'll wait over here, okay? It's all right.
Who is here, Andrew?
So tourists came through the church, wanted to see the architecture, so I showed them around.
Andrew, are you sure that everything's okay?
I'm fine. Why?
Well, I was just wondering if something was going on.
Going on with whom?
With you, Andrew. The last 3 weeks, you just seemed so removed.
Sorry.
No, I'm not saying to make you apologize. I'm saying it because I'm concerned about you.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm fine.
Yes, sweetheart, we haven't had a lot of time together these last few weeks. We've been so concerned with everybody else's lives, you know, Vicky and Sloan especially, and we haven't had any time for ourselves, and I was worried that, I know it may be just taking a toll on you.
I'm overworked a little bit, maybe. You know, like you said, Dad and this thing with Rebecca today.
Please don't do this.
What?
Don't pretend that it's nothing to worry about. Okay, maybe I'm worried that you're drifting away from me. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just me, but, you know, I'm worried and I'm scared.
No, don't be scared.
Sorry,
Don't be scared. Don't. I'm fine. I'm fine. And you're perfect. I love you.
Manning?
Todd Manning?
You him?
No, he's not here.
Deadbeat is 3 weeks late on his rent. He listed this joint as his former address. How could I find him?
He's in the hospital. He got knifed.
You know who's paying his bills? Hey, the guy owes me money, I'm telling you.
Where's Rebecca Lewis now?
Gone. Nobody knows where. Hey, thanks, Dylan.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks. You don't think she assaulted Todd?
Well, you know, we'll have to consider her as a suspect, yeah.
How can that be? Rebecca?
What can I say? You know, it's like the whole world is turned upside down. And it's looking like Todd is in the clear. Marty's alibi for him the night Rebecca was attacked means we'd have to consider that he probably didn't commit the hospital rapes.
And we were so sure. I mean, we passed that petition around the next day.
Look, even if he's not our guy, that means we've got a rapist on the loose. And that makes me very nervous. Listen, sweetheart, I've got to go to Philly tonight. The governor and the attorney general want me on a committee of theirs.
You know what I think? They are grooming you for bigger things. I mean, you're a star. So how long are you gone for?
Just overnight. Will you come with me?
You don't know how much I wish I could, but I am up to here in paperwork at the hospital. And you know, it's gonna be all night for weeks.
Oh, come on, baby. Come on.
But would you relax? I won't go out alone after dark, I promise. No, we're being very careful now, so you don't have to worry about me.
All right, I'll try. But I'm still worried about me. I mean, I'm gonna be in that big city all alone.
Honey, next time.
But baby, next time is not gonna keep me warm tonight. Come on.
Listen, honey, I'm I'm a little overwhelmed lately, that's all. But I never wanted it to affect you, not like this.
Well, sweet, I didn't bring it up to make you apologize. I mentioned it because I want to make sure that we're okay.
We're okay. It's overload. You know, I got Dad and River. I got the church. I'm running to New York to do the weddings. I come back here. I find Rebecca.
Okay, things are piling up, and I just shouldn't mention it.
No. I'm not saying that. I want you to feel like you can come to me whenever there's anything on your mind. We need a vacation, that's all. Don't you think?
Sure. Maybe when River goes to college.
No. Way before that. Honey, we just gotta clear our calendars now. There's nothing that getting away from here and just being alone together, there's nothing that won't cure, right?
Damn. Oh, you sound upset, Officer Harrison. Where's Manning? I don't know. Did you check the bathroom? I just went down to pick up some magazines for him. Forget the bathroom, he's gone. Gone where? That's what I want you to tell me.
I don't know. He was in the bed. I went down to the newsstand.
Why don't I believe you?
Maybe because you can't separate your personal prejudices from your job. I'm amazed he could even get out of bed.
Well, maybe he had some help. From someone who's used to helping people in and out of bed.
Back off, little sister. I didn't do anything wrong, and you know it. You're just a little bent out of shape because of what happened between Max and me.
You're wrong. I don't let my personal feeling get in the way of how I do my job.
Yeah.
This is a bad joke, right? They just radioed me to tell me that Manning pulled a Houdini.
Officer Jackson left his post to help some alleged damsel in alleged distress, and when he got back, Manning was gone.
Blair.
Well,
When you found Manning stabbed in his motel room, did you see anybody else in the area?
Not a soul. But Officer Harrison said that Rebecca Lewis was there. Why don't you ask her?
She's a suspect. We haven't been able to find her.
She's a suspect?
Yeah, she had the knife, so we want to talk to her.
Wait a minute. Todd doesn't think Rebecca stabbed him. He thinks that she's in danger. Well, now, if Todd left this hospital on his own steam, don't you think it's logical that he went to find Rebecca?
All right, listen. Since you won't go to Philly with me, maybe I'll stay a few extra days. The Eagles are home Sunday, and I've got a friend who can get me tickets.
Hank?
What?
You want to sit with the 50,000 screaming people when you could be in front of a fire with me?
I've got to get our check. Oh, come on, baby. Look, I was just kidding about the game.
What?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just wanted to get a head start on missing you, honey.
Oh, well, it sounds like you're trying to get rid of me.
No.
Well, listen, you get your wish anyway. I got to leave in 42 seconds if I'm going to make it to Philly in time. Listen, Dylan's busy over there, so I don't think I'll get the check. I'm still wishing that you would meet me at the end of that meeting.
I'll be waiting here in Landview.
All right. I will call you.
You better.
Okay. I'll call you. Bye.
What are you doing here? Did you follow me here?
Yeah. See, I thought I made myself clear. I said you had to come see me within 24 hours if you didn't want me mailing my little bad Hank video to the commissioner. Did you misunderstand?
I don't like being told what to do and when.
Tick, Sheila. And here you sit sipping on wine. Now, a person could interpret that to mean you're not very concerned about this situation.
A person would be wrong.
Really? Why have you been avoiding me?
Andrew. Tell me how I can help.
Boy, listen, I told you already. Honey, it's not you. It's not me. It's just the way things are going right now.
Well, you know that there isn't anything I wouldn't do for you.
Yeah.
And there isn't anything you can't say to me, right?
Honey, it's just that I am so exhausted right now. That's all.
Andrew, just tell me what's wrong.
I'm tired, honey. I'm just plain tired. Really, I want to call Bo. I want to make sure that he found Rebecca, and then I'll come right back.
All right, let's go with this schedule for a couple of weeks. Hopefully we won't hit any snags with it. I'll get your copy tomorrow, okay? Now listen, there is one more thing I would like to talk to you about before we split up here.
What?
Well, at the risk of starting World War III, what is going on with you and David? I mean, from the outside looking in, it looks a little funny.
You've never given him a chance.
Look, Tina, I'm just concerned about the kids. I mean, they're there in the house all the time. And in the last couple of hours, I've seen a couple of things going on between you and David, some strange behavior that I'd like to know what's going on.
Strange. Well, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, you going over to his place to take a shower? All right, you're telling me that you're going to meet a friend here for lunch and then your brother shows up? You don't think anything is strange about that?
No. No. But then again, I don't try to be a judge or a jury about everyone I see. And if you're insinuating what I think you're insinuating, you could take those insinuations and just... How dare you talk about such things?
What things, Tina?
I mean, David and I haven't even kissed, much less what your insinuations insinuate.
Hey, I'm not insinuating anything of the kind, Tina. Look, I am just saying that some strange things are going on here.
All I'm saying is I'm sick and tired of having to defend my relationship with my brother to everybody. And as far as I can see, my relationship with David is a lot more wholesome and decent than your relationship with Blair. Excuse me. Come on, let's go.
What's going on?
Let's go.
Tina? We had an arrangement, Sheila. It's time for you to live up to your end of it.
It was not an arrangement. It was blackmail.
Such an ugly word. But name it what you want to, it's still the same. Hank was an accessory to murder, and he never paid the freight on it. Now, you know I can prove it. I can destroy him. Reputation, career, rosy future. All I have to do is want to. Now, whether I want to or not, that's going to be up to you. And don't underestimate my want to. Or else you'll be watching your lover boy take a trip back to Chicago in a prison van instead of one of those victory floats they used to parade him down the street on. And you can stop this from happening. And all you gotta do is be nice to me. Now I'm going back to my room. Why don't you plan on stopping by later? We can talk some more. I'll be expecting you.
What are you doing out of the hospital?
Dylan, I'm looking for Rebecca. Have you seen her?
Man, you're gonna kill yourself.
Look, stop, man. I'm looking for Rebecca. Have you seen her or not?
From what Marty tells me, you screwed her life up enough. Why don't you just leave her alone?
Look, she saw him, okay? She saw the rapist. She saw the guy that tried to stab me. Now, I need your help. Oh, come on, man. I'm telling you the truth. What, Todd Manning's the only guy that does everything wrong in this town?
You're Todd Manning?
Yeah, so what?
So, you owe me a lot of money, pal.
Come on, I've never seen you before. My life buzz off.
Not until you pay up, pal. I own the Downtowner Hotel.
Oh, you do, huh? The Downtowner.
Yeah. And my soon-to-be unemployed night clerk let you slip out owing 3 weeks' rent.
I don't even know where the Downtowner is.
Somebody calling himself Todd Manning rents room 14. Now, why would anyone call himself Todd Manning if he wasn't Todd Manning?
Looking for Rebecca. Have you seen her?
No, not since last night. What are you doing out of the hospital?
Used to be one recipe.
Ooh. Hey, hello. Hi, how you doing?
Fine. You mind if I sit down?
No, not at all. Please, have a seat.
Thank you. Cord, you seem upset here. Uh-oh. I hope that you are not having any spontaneity remorse. Are you?
No.
Good.
No, I do not regret one spontaneous act that I've committed in the last couple of days. No, it's Tina.
What has your darling ex-wife done now?
Well, it's just, she is so gullible. You know, she's been totally taken in by this David Vickers.
When I first met David, I thought he was a gold-digging gigolo, but he did help out Dorian, and I think it's for real.
You do, huh?
Apparently, he's everything he says he is. Vicky and Tina's brother.
Yeah, well, it's that apparently that I'm worried about. Haven't you eaten lunch yet? Here, if you're hungry, go ahead and eat.
Okay.
I'm not hungry.
You hear about Rebecca Lewis?
No, what about her?
Well, she disappeared, and the police are now considering her a suspect in Todd's stabbing.
What?
Can you believe that? Even though Todd swears that it was a man who stabbed him. I can't believe it. You sure you don't want this?
Yeah.
This is great.
No, go ahead. You eat it. When's the last time you ate?
I don't know. Anyway, Todd is so sure that it wasn't Rebecca and that she is the one in danger that I actually helped him out. I snuck him out of the hospital.
You helped? Wait a minute.
Oh,
I
no.
thought his injuries were pretty serious, Blair.
He's not under arrest or anything. I mean, anyway, he's out there looking for Rebecca right now. Now that is love. When someone worries about someone like Todd worries about Rebecca, or you worry about Tina.
What's Todd doing out of the hospital? He shouldn't be walking around yet, should he?
Well, I don't know. He came in here looking for Rebecca, and then this guy at the bar said he owed him some money, and he took off.
What guy?
Said he was his landlord or something. I don't know. What about you?
I've been thinking about what you said. About how we, shouldn't get involved until I work out the problem with that other guy.
Yeah, I probably came off a little harsh, but that's how I feel.
You had every right to say what you did. I don't know how I'll work it out or when, but I'm trying. I'm going to keep trying.
That's good.
The thing is, well, the thought of not seeing you for a while, not having you to talk to, I really hate it. It'll make me sad. Well, that's what I came here to say. That you would please not give up on me.
You just came from seeing him, didn't you?
How did you know that?
Tina, are you positive you're broke?
Totally positive. Kane wiped me out. And I'm sorry I gave Corbeck his life insurance money. I'm flat busted. But who cares? You're about to inherit $27 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why this whole thing is kept a secret, that you're not really my brother, right?
Yeah.
Are you about to hit me with another awful, horrible, really, really humongous surprise like you really are my brother after all? David, you aren't my brother, are you? David? You're not my brother. I'm not sleeping with my brother, am I? Or is it the money? You are getting the money, aren't you, David? Right? Right?
Maybe you should marry her and split the money with her.
David, you in there?
You bet I'm here. Yes, I'm gonna inherit all those millions. No, I'm not really your brother. And no, there aren't any more really big, really... humongous surprises left. Well, there's one more.
Oh, God. What?
Tina, I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, so marry me, or I'll die. And then you really will have a big, really awful, humongous surprise. So what do you say, Tina? Will you marry me?
We don't know each other all that well yet, but I got a pretty good feel for what's going on with you. And you just came from seeing that guy, didn't you?
Yes.
And things didn't look so good anymore. They started messing up, and you left.
Yes.
And wound up here.
That's so bad.
Well, now that depends. I mean, look at it from my point of view. What am I supposed to think about you coming here, huh?
I don't know.
Marty, I don't want to sound like I don't care, but look, I can't help you get over this guy, even if I wanted to. So this is something you're gonna have to do on your own. Do you think you can do that? Good. See you around.
So you're gonna say yes or what? Come on, this is my bad knee. Marry me, Tina. Right now. In total privacy, of course, because everybody thinks we're brother and sister, but... Tina? Okay, look, I know this is wow, it's a big surprise and everything, but... Tina, if you marry me, all those millions will be yours.
They'll be yours, David.
Well, yes, but what is mine is yours. And vice versa.
But what happened? I mean, we were going along just fine, and then bang, you asked me to marry you? That's sudden. I have to think about it, okay? Have you thought about it?
Oh, yeah.
Not enough to get a ring.
Well, I didn't know you were such a stickler for tradition. I didn't know I was going to ask you now, you know, today. It's just I saw you and Cord at the restaurant. You were talking about the kids, and you and Cord, you share so much, even though you get mad at each other.
Which is all the time, just about.
But Tina, that is just what I'm talking about. You don't even let anger get between you. I want that same kind of unbreakable bond, Tina. That's why I asked you so suddenly. I was overcome.
David, it's not that I don't want to. It's just I gotta go.
Right now?
I have to think this over, okay? And I need to get home. CJ and Sarah are gonna be there any minute. And I need to be with my babies.
Tina, don't tell anybody about this.
What do you think, I am crazy?
Well, they just might not understand.
How could they? How could anyone? I don't understand.
All right, I admit, worrying about someone is a sign of love, a kind of love. Tina is the mother of my kids, so I will probably always be worried about her. but I am not in love with her, okay?
Are you sure?
Positive.
Come here. Then you just worry your little head to your heart's content.
Well, listen, speaking of being worried here, I am a little concerned about you and how much time you've been spending around Todd Manning, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I admire you for standing by him and believing in him when nobody else would. But he can be unpredictable and dangerous. And that's not the best combination for you, girl.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean? That I am so unpredictable enough on my own, dangerous enough on my own, that I should stick with safe, stable, predictable people who are totally the opposite of me?
Mm-hmm. Because opposites attract. I seem to remember hearing that someplace.
You know, I think I did too.
So listen, you up for one of those spontaneous acts you've been talking about?
I think I could be.
Well, listen, I was thinking, why don't we go over to that construction site, you know, see how things are going. Maybe we can start a little spontaneous combustion.
We might burn that place down.
Let's go. All right.
All right. Thank you for lunch.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Let's go.
Rebecca was just so freaked out about how Todd messed up her engagement to Powell that she... Oh, no, forget it.
Do I pay you not to think?
No.
Then tell me what's on your mind, Harrison.
Okay, but just remember you asked for it.
Hit me.
Could Rebecca have accused Todd of attempted rape to try to punish him? And then when that didn't work, could she have tried to kill him?
Probably not. I don't think it's in her nature. But we've got to check out everybody and everything.
All right.
I've known Rebecca for a while now, and I just can't see her sticking a knife in somebody.
Right, gotcha.
I think the guy who stabbed Todd is the same guy that raped those nurses. I think he's the same guy that attacked Rebecca in the park.
Well, it's starting to look that way. So, we have a rapist and we don't have a clue who it is.
We do know one thing. Odds are it's not Todd Manning.
All right. Let's get this done. This is the place. This is my windbreaker. What is this? Todd Manning Museum. I got you. Oh my. Four arrests, frat house rape, Manning. Manning held in jailbreak. Manhunt.
hostage. Pruitt killed. Yeah.
Who is this guy?
$8,000. All I've put aside for the wedding. Take it. Take it and then leave us alone.
No. You take it. Buy yourself something real pretty. Fix yourself up. Now, why don't you get going? But it's obvious you're not nearly prepared to meet me halfway, so come back and see me when you are. Oh, and Sheila, it better be real soon.
Dylan, has Marty been in here this afternoon?
Yeah, she was in here a while ago. But I don't think I'll be seeing much of her anymore. See, she's involved in this relationship that she shouldn't be mixed up in, and, well, she needs some time to think things out.
It's very understanding, Dylan.
Well, mostly I'm just mad. See, she's a real special person, and she deserves more than being someone's backdoor girl. So I can't help you, Reverend.
Marty. No, I'm sorry. You scared me. I didn't expect anyone here. I'm sorry. I didn't know where else to go. What's going on? I need to ask you something, and I need you to be truthful. Is Andrew having an affair?
Poems. Isn't that sweet? Blessed are they that mourn. His children suffer here. No more, can't take any. KAD. No more, KAD, no. Death. Hate. Blame I. Forget me when I die. Kill him. Todd. Oh, come on. Who is this guy? In dreams, I'm not afraid to say I love. Perfect phrases hurry from my heart to mouth to her, as elegant as gloves for dancing. In dreams, I say my part. Rebecca.
Perfect place.
Well, I thought you didn't want anything more to do with the fraternity house.
This was Kevin's room.
Won't someone see us here?
Everyone's gone for Thanksgiving. No one will find us here. You'll be safe here with me.